What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out, guys. I have internet issues in my area. All of us here, Columbus in this area, whatever, who has this particular internet service, we have outages. Actually, the rival company also has outages. We have Spectrum and Wow out here, and both of them are out right now. So I'm limited, guys, limited to my phone and so forth. But we're going to get this done. We got to get it done. We got to get these picks in. Um, I was trying to stall about. They were supposed to send a tech out here this morning, but we didn't get a tech. I guess they're working on the overall problem, what have you. So anyway, guys, we're going to do this regardless. Now, first game on the book on the list, guys. Going to go ahead and knock this out, get this one out of the way. If Gun Rights shows up, we're going to get him in here. But right now, it's your boy alone, D Jeff. So let's get on this Boston-Washington game. Boston Celtics versus the Washington Wizards. Now, here's something real interesting that happened in this matchup, guys. So Boston opens up at minus 11, 226 of the totals, okay? But then we see a crazy, and I mean crazy move, and I wish Gun Rights was here to help explain this because I'm not sure about it. But that line moved from minus 11 for Boston, which is expected, to minus 1 for Washington. The current is minus 1 for Washington. Now, guys, I can't understand this to save my life. I've looked at all of the injury reports or who may not be playing or whatever. All right, so here's what I gathered today. So Daniel Tice is not going to be playing versus Washington. Kemba Walker will not play versus Washington. Marcus Smart will not play versus Washington. Jason Tatum is out versus Washington. Gordon Hayward will not play versus Washington. And Jaylen Brown is out versus Washington. So that's why we've seen this crazy line shift. Basically, they've taken everyone out. None of those guys are playing. All right. So we don't have Tice, Walker, none of these guys. And here's what's interesting to me. And the line is for Washington at 1 now. But this game is so crazy, guys, because I honestly think that the Boston Celtics may still beat Washington without those guys. Even with their second and third team guys, because this is something we got to think about. This is the NBA, right? The #1 league in the world. Okay, the best players all over the world in this league. And even though we're talking about second and third team guys, they're pretty much clearing out their entire first team and actually a couple of good starters on their second team. This is still the Wizards we're talking about. Now, Rui Hachimura, the rookie for the Wizards, he's been extremely solid. Rui Hachimura has. So, but again, guys, even with that being said, okay, check it out. We still have Brad Wanamaker, and he's been playing pretty solid. You have Grant Williams, who's been playing good. Semi Olivi, he's been playing very well. Okay. They're going to get a look at these younger guys, and I'm not sure, guys. Stay away from this game, if anything. I don't know. With Boston Celtics cleaning their whole bench out there, it's too volatile. I wouldn't even bother with this game too much. 226, like what? It's really it's no bet here. It's no bet here. It's basically the Washington Wizards who's been awful in this bubble, playing the second and third team of the Celtics. That's what we're going to see here. And how ridiculous would it be for Washington Wizards not to pull this game off? But with that information, I will just stay off of this game totally. At 226, I guess that's what they open on. The points at 226 is still there. Again, the current is at -1 Washington, which it should be because the entire starting team and plus one or two of their important guys on that second team is out of this game. And that's why we're seeing that huge shift in the line like that. None of those guys are going to be playing tonight. You're not going to see Tatum or any of those guys. Therefore, this game is just too crazy. They have 113 at the half. I wouldn't even touch that, man. I wouldn't even touch that 113 at the half. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get out of these guys. I mean, we haven't seen the second and third team enough to even gauge whether most of those players are going to be consistent or not. Outside of Grant Williams, Samuel Levy, and Brad Wanamaker, those three guys. But that's three men. And then you think about rotation and everything like that. Well, it's only 16, 17 guys. So guys are going to be extremely tired because they're not going to be able to. Ennis Cantor, he's pretty solid as well. Going to be a pretty good matchup too with Ennis Cantor and the young Rui Hachimura to see how he deals with. Ennis Cantor is great offensively, very good offense. Not the best defensive player, but he will put numbers up. Carson Edwards, the young point guard, you're going to get a good look at him. So I'm not sure. I just think that Boston still have enough to actually beat the Wizards. Hell, we'll probably get to see we'll get a good look, guys, here too at Taco Falls. Remember, we haven't seen a lot of Taco Falls at all. Well, with Boston emptying the starters and a couple of those guys on the first string, we'll get a chance to see Taco Falls in there now. So, Enes Kanter, Taco Falls, that's going to give the young Rui Hachimura over there in Washington some troubles. I could actually see Boston still winning this game, even ending the bench because Washington Wizards don't have Bradley Beal or John Wall, and they've looked terrible. They've been beaten by double digits by every team they've played in the bubble. They've been beaten by more than double digits. You see that the line opened up at -11, and had Boston been playing their guys, that's definitely a good open. But so I don't want to spend too much more time on this game, guys. I'm trying to stall out a little bit here and give Gun Rights a chance to get in here, but I'm going to get off this game. Like I said, very volatile game, dangerous. I wouldn't suggest any bets being put on there. We don't have the entire starting team on Boston, so we're basically depending on ignorance if we bet this game because we don't know enough about the second and third team guys. Some of the guys on that second team, but a lot of the guys we haven't had a good look at, so we don't know how they're going to fare. We do know that this is still the NBA, and like I said, they're still top players. So, tight game, -1 at Washington. Again, I wouldn't touch anything about this game. The 226 is terrible. The -1 is terrible, and just betting Washington, period, to me is just terrible. It's all terrible. Stay off this game. That would be my advice. Let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Just wanted to get that Washington game out the way, guys, because let's get ready to start here in 20 minutes or so. I have absolutely no advice for this game. I know that Gun Rights and we're not going to touch this one. So I'm even afraid to give you guys a piece of advice for this game. If we have some diehard gamblers out there and they just have to bet a game. So if that was the case, hell, if that was the case, man, I still wouldn't want to. I would say take under 226. If you have to do something with this game, take under 226. That's probably the safest way I could go with that. Because Boston don't have their entire starting team on there, so you can't imagine that they'll put up the points that they usually put up. And the Wizards have been absolutely awful. So if I could make any suggestions on any type of bets on that game, which I promise you guys this, Gun Rights and I, we're not going to touch this game. We're not going to lay any bets on this game. So we won't be following you guys. But if you wanted to take a bet on this game, I think that it would be safe to go under the 226. That's probably the safest and only bet on this game. Because, again, Washington's been terrible. They've not averaged half of that at all. They've not even come close to half of, so for 110, 110 points, or maybe like 110, 112 points may cap out what Washington Wizards have scored, right? So at 226, that's their half. And then what we expect the Boston's second and third team to cover. Nah. So I think a good bet there, or the only bet that I can see in this game, is under that 226. Everything else, stay off of it, guys. So let's go ahead and move to this next matchup, which is the Kings and the Lakers. Okay, so nasty game here. Bunch of nasty games. And a couple of days ago, guys, I told you these last few games are, it's not going to be much action with them, because we're going to see quirky things like we see with this Boston game, where they clean out the whole starting lineup and they're not playing them. We're going to see these things all around the league, because no one wants to take these silly chances going into the playoffs. So you don't know what you're going to get on these games. So with Sacramento and the Lakers have been killing people this whole bubble. I mean, I think that this team has lost people the most money in this bubble has to be the Lakers, because the expectations are so high, but they've not been producing. And the funny thing to me is that the Lakers have been playing awful. They're shooting under 25%, or hovering around 25% from the 3-point line. Anthony Davis has been somewhat inconsistent. Kyle Kuzma has definitely been inconsistent. And then you don't have Rajon Rondo on the floor. You lost Avery Bradley. So this team has not lived up to expectations at all. But however, they have opened up every game. I do believe they have opened up every single game. And as tradition goes, they open up here again, minus 4.5. That then the Lakers are going to be extremely hard to beat. When Kyle Kuzma went out of control, LeBron James and Anthony Davis were in sync. And when that happens, this is when we get to see the Lakers as we'd like to see the Lakers. When that does not happen, the Lakers look like total shit. So they're kind of a roller coaster right now, And Avery Bradley was a huge piece. Rajon Rondo is back to the point at day-to-day, and I do think that we may see him. He's at day-to-day. They don't really have whether he's going to play or not on either side, but he's back now. And if he can play, we definitely will get a chance to see him. Anthony Davis, they're thinking about playing him. LeBron James is probably going to play. Caldwell Pope is out, and Alex Caruso is out. But Caldwell Pope and Alex Caruso being out, and the Grizzlies sitting over there without Jaren Jackson, yeah, no way. again, we cannot bet on the Lakers, even though against them. I mean, even though, okay, there he is. Gun Rights is in the building. So there's only one game, Gun Rights. Hold on, let me drop this link for you, brother. Man, there's only one game. We'll go back and revisit that in a second. Let me get Gun Rights up here, guys. But it was that game. I was like, stay away from it, Gun Rights. I tell you when you get up here. Jay in the building. What's good, Jay? King should play this game hard. They probably should, but I still think that they'll lose. There's the link, Gun Rights. Here's the thing, guys. The Kings should play the game hard, but the Lakers don't have enough information, right? For themselves. They don't have enough information for them. Yeah, I can hear you, man. They need to keep playing. They need to still look at their rotations. Remember, they got Avery Bradley out, Rajon Rondo day to day. They still have questions, especially with the performance they put up in this bubble. The Lakers still have questions for themselves and their team. So they're going to come out and play ball. I'm definitely expect it would be no reason, guys. We have to realize that the Lakers are going to come out and play ball. Their chemistry's off. They got to work on these rotations. So we're going to see them playing ball. And with Jaren Jackson gone, Tyus Jones is out. He's not going to play. Justin Winslow out. He's not going to play. You know what I mean? Look, these guys, I don't see Memphis having a chance. The Lakers have let us down. I will say that again. But at the same time, how do you bet against the Lakers? Because if Kyle Kuzma shows up the way he did the other night, and Anthony Davis and LeBron James play the way the Sacramento Kings have no chance. None at all. Especially without Jaren Jackson. So the Lakers open up at 4.5, current 222. On this game, guys, I'm going to say go ahead and go with the Lakers. I say they cover 6 and go over that 222. Gun Rights, what's up with you, bro? I only
What's up with it, man?
One game, and that was the first game. It was the 12 o'clock game. It's the Boston and the Wizards. It opened up at -11 Boston, which it should have because the Wizards been horrible. But it moved. The line moved, Gun Rights. Check this out. From -11 to Boston, the current is -1 for Washington. Boston Celtics has decided to clean out the entire starting lineup and the first 2 guys on the second team. That's why. Daniel Tice, everybody you see on that picture is not playing tonight. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker, Gordon Hayward, Daniel Tice is out. You see what I mean? They cleaned the whole first bench out. But my thing was, we'll get a chance to get a good look at Taco Falls. Enes Kanter is still going to be playing. Brad Wanamaker's going to be in there. I think Boston still has enough to beat these Wizards, even without it. But the game is too dangerous by emptying that whole starting lineup. So I was just like, stay away.
I would stay away from that one. I was about to say the same shit. I'll stay away from that game. I can't even call it.
That was my advice before you jumped on. Just stay away from it because you can't take a team with a whole starting lineup empty and 2 of their first, second team guys and then bet that. That's just a crazy bet. You feel me? Yeah. So then so that was the first game. I just wanted to catch you up to speed. And then now we're on this game that I was just talking about, Lakers versus Sacramento, because that's the one game.
I say take the Lakers money line. I don't know about that 6 points. It's just depending on how much that they play LeBron and AD. But still, I like if they don't play LeBron and AD, I see them giving J.R. Rider a little bit more time and Dion Waiters. You still got Kyle Kuzma out there. I mean, they could still win the game for sure, but I just don't know about that 6 points, man.
Damn, you just took it back, bro. You just took it back. You said J.R. Rider. I know you meant J.R.
I mean,
Smith.
not J.R. Rider, but
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith. Yeah. It's early, man. It's early. You gotta give me a break. It's early.
I hope we do get. I hope we do get a look at J.R. Smith because Frank Vogel's been playing a lot of Dion Waiters, and not enough of J.R. Smith, in my opinion. Like Dion Waiters, coincidentally, we got to know that both of these guys played with LeBron for a brief spell. Of course, J.R. Smith had more playing time with LeBron, and Dion played with an earlier LeBron, less
Right.
experienced LeBron. But J.R. Smith has won a championship with LeBron, and that has to be accounted for. And Frank Vogel needs to get a look at JR. And JR needs playing time, Frank Vogel. He's not going to warm up or be prepared to do anything for you if you don't get the man on the floor. I don't even understand why they picked J.R. Smith up if Frank Vogel's not going to utilize him. So hopefully we will get a look at him. But LeBron's in there, gun rights. Anthony Davis is the one that's questionable. But with them saying questionable due to a sore knee, I'm thinking we're going to see Anthony Davis. Because again, the Lakers, they don't have anything to play for, guys. As far they locked up the first seed. But what they do have, they have to get these rotations in order. They still have things to build on. They still have questions they have to answer for themselves, which is why I'm pretty sure the Lakers are going to come in here and ball tonight. And so that's why my idea was to go with the Lakers. But just like Gunright said, stay away from that 6 points because the Lakers have been for 2 weeks. Like we don't know.
It's like last week we had not last week, a couple of days ago, we had the Denver over the Lakers. We won off the point spread, but they didn't but the Lakers won the game, so they didn't cover, but they won. So I expect them to win the game, but I just don't know about that 6 points, man. Yesterday kind of gave me an insight on when you start talking about them teams that don't cover a lot. You feel me? When the points start getting up to like 6 or 7, I it's just weary because remember yesterday, man, I forgot who we had, and the opposite team had 6.5, and they fucked around and lost the game. Pacers, they had 6.5, and they still won the fucking game. So I just don't know about that because I didn't know that Westbrook wasn't gonna play yesterday. And like my girl's brother said, he was like he healthy. They just sitting him, because they don't want to afford an injury. So what you saying that Anthony Davis is questionable because of knee? Yeah, they might play him. You feel me? Still have him in there, but it's just how much time is he gonna be up in there? Because I don't see the Lakers taking no risks on getting him hurt. Because if he hurt, I just don't see them going too far. You feel me?
No,
so
if Anthony Davis goes down, they're done.
Yeah, that's what I said. I and being at the fact that you saying that he got a sore knee, my gut feeling is telling me that they not gonna take no risks on playing them that much, even if they do put him in the game. I don't see them playing that many. I don't see him playing that many minutes. They probably gonna do that load management. So I say just go with the money line on the Lakers, man. That's just my gut feeling on that game. Because the Lakers is.
I think that's
the Lakers. The Lakers is up and down too. Remember what I told you? They like 1 and something versus the spread, and they didn't cover when they won versus Denver, so they still 1 and something versus the spread out of all the games that they played in the bubble. So with that being said, I don't like them points, but I definitely like them to win the game.
All right. Yeah. All right, guys. So you got it. We're gonna go Lakers to win.
Yeah, money line.
Right. And the 222, nah, man. 222.
I like that number. I mean, that's only like one.
You like under or over?
I like the over. I mean, Sacramento, you got to remember, man, they still be putting up points. You feel me? So I can't count them out like that.
Jaren Jackson is gone. Like he was huge shooting threes for them. Lakers have been doo-doo with the points.
Right.
Sacramento, they were putting up points.
Me, man, I don't like the over. You know me, I don't like really betting the overs and unders because it's just so iffy. Anybody can come out blasting. You feel me? But I just seen how they played. They played pretty good when they played the Pelicans the other day. They still was playing like they trying to play for pride. You feel what I'm saying? So they might look around.
You know what? And I said Jaren Jackson Sorry, I didn't mean Jaron Jackson. That's freaking Memphis Grizzlies. Uh, when I said Jaron Jackson was down, I was thinking John Morant and those guys. But no, 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 no. De'Aaron Fox, I'm not sure. Let me check and see, guys. I don't think that Fox might not be playing tonight because he had a Fox shoulder will sit out Thursday. Yup, that's why, guys. De'Aaron Fox is not playing tonight. See, that dude does everything for that team, and that's why I'm like, with the Lakers, I haven't been comfortable with them, but with De'Aaron Fox being out of that, and you know what? It says here that Ken Basemore won't play either. Oh yeah, man, Lakers all day. Lakers all day long, because even if Anthony Davis doesn't play, now that I see that Ken Basemore and De'Aaron Fox are out, no way, no day, Sacramento. They've been scrappy, but they're not seeing the Lakers with. That's De'Aaron Fox is clearly their best player on the team.
Right, right, right.
This team is not going to see the Lakers without their best. He's got a bum shoulder, and they actually
Yeah,
have.
yeah, no, no. I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't see them fucking. I don't see them beating the Lakers at all. But if you're talking about the overs and unders, I was just thinking how many points that Sack been throwing up. You feel what I'm saying? But if you saying that they got some key players that's gonna be out, then I would say stay away from that over and under. But you probably got a better insight on that number than
Right.
I
I
do.
would
But I
say
know that.
go under, guys. I would say, look, Ken Basemore and De'Aaron Fox are they account for numbers, plenty of numbers for Sacramento, and neither of them are playing, especially De'Aaron Fox. But with that being said, they've put up some numbers on some teams, but they've also been horrible in some games with these guys playing. Like when they played the Celtics,
Right,
De'Aaron Fox and Ken Bazemore was playing, and they only put up 107, right?
right, right,
So,
right, right,
and the
right.
Lakers have been straight doo-doo on the points. So 222 is high for these two teams, right? They put
Right.
106 up. De'Aaron Fox and Ken Bazemore were playing, and they put 106 up against the Nets. Only 106. So 122 is high. And I say go under on that. I think under is pretty safe on that. Um, and again, guys, it's always a gamble, right? It's still a
Yeah,
gamble,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I
You
like
know.
I like the under on that. But that's my advice. Let's take Gunright's advice on this. Probably stay away from it. Look, I have the analytics, but the gambling side, quirky things happen, and he knows how these things play out because he's been experienced with them. So let's just go ahead and stay away from him. Let's take his advice. If you're a gambler and you want to bet it, some people got the gambling spirit, then bet under. But our advice, Gunright says stay away from it. Okay, guys? So let's move on to this next game, 405 game. We got two 405 games today. Phoenix Suns opens up at minus 5.5, but the current jumped to minus 8.5, 235 totals. I know why they put the 235 up there clearly, because both of these teams have been jacking up all kinds of numbers, even when some of their good players are out. They're still jacking up all kind of numbers. So that's why they put that high score up there. Now Seth Curry is out. Problem. That's a problem. Okay. The they downgraded Kristaps. He was probable for this game, right? He's got a heel injury, but they've downgraded him from probable to doubtful. I doubt he plays. Because look, just like Gunright said, if we're talking doubtful here, you understand what I'm saying? Why play him? They're locked in. They definitely need Kristaps for the playoffs. So we could probably count Kristaps out, bro. You know what I mean? So you got Seth out, Kristaps out. Max Keebler is probable. He'll probably play. And then Finney Smith, which has been huge for Dallas, he'll probably play tonight. Kristaps Porzingis being out, though, I'm going to roll with clearly I'm not going to pick Dallas in this game, guys. Not with Kristaps out. That 1-2 punch, they've been coming alive. Kristaps Porzingis and Luka Doncic, and then you got your guys like um, um, Tim Hardaway Jr. stepping up in there and giving these guys solid play. And, Dorian Finney-Smith has been super solid, but the wild card has been Seth Curry, and he's not going to return, right? And Seth Curry has had huge games for Dallas. So the fact that Seth Curry is going to be out for the night, he was questionable, but he's out. And then Kristaps has been downgraded. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and rock with the Suns on this. Let's check out Phoenix right now and see what they got going on. If they're going to have
Shit,
some.
I was about to say, shit, whether them players was questionable or not, I like the Suns. Period. Like the
Yeah,
Suns been cracking, homie.
yeah, they've been balling. They've been balling. Aaron Baines is out. He didn't play against Philly anyway, but Aaron Baines is fine. I just think that they're not even going to bother with him in that knee until the playoffs because he's way too important. Aaron Baines is a hell of he's a solid player, guys. So they're not even going to bother with Aaron Baines. He's out, bad knee. Kelly Oubre, boy, I know they're missing that guy. He's not going to play either, which is another thing. They're saving him for the playoffs. Okay. Ellie Okobo, uh, it would be good to get a good look at him. He's a forward for them, right, guys? And again, it'll be good for them to get a look at him, but he's not going to leverage the game any. Right, the two players that you were looking at was probably the return of Oubre, if they could see, how he looks. But he's not going to play. And then Baines, of course, that centerpiece, that big man down in the hole. Baines is not going to play. But without Oubre and Baines, look at what Phoenix has been doing anyway. Without Kelly Oubre and Aaron Baines, they've been lighting it
Exactly.
up, bro. They're undefeated. So does Kelly Oubre and Baines coming back or not coming back make any difference here with Kristaps Porzingis probably out and Seth Curry out? Nah, it makes no difference. We got to go Phoenix here.
What's the point spread again? What's the point spread?
Phoenix opened up at minus 5.5, but that shit jumped to 8.5. Rightfully so, because of the announcement of Kristaps Porzingis and Seth Curry. That's a lot of points that's not going to be on the Dallas side, guys.
Yeah, I mean this game out with man, there you go, man. That half point, man. That half point shit be tricky, homie. That half point shit be tricky. And every time that we have win against Dallas, if you go
Right.
back where they had that half a point, they've been covering that half a point. But like you said,
With Kristaps
they
in the
missing
game.
Chris.
Right. They've been covering that half a point, and every time they did that to us, Kristaps was in the game. The first time they did that to us, Kristaps and Seth Curry was in the game. This time, neither of those guys are going to be in the game.
Right.
You
Yeah, I
feel me?
mean I like I mean, my take on that is the Suns money line for sure, for sure on the money line for sure. Just that 8 points, that 8.5 points, that shit is just scary to me. But like I said, you got a little bit more insight on what these players when they out and when they in, how important that is in them games. So, but I definitely like the money line for sure. I like the money
I
line
like the
in that
money
game.
line. I like the money line. I do like the spread. I think Phoenix will cover 9. I like that. And I also like the 235 because hell, what Dallas only has to give you what, say 110? Dallas is good for 110. If they give us 110, I'm pretty sure Phoenix will give us 125, 126. They've been lighting it up,
Yeah,
and they're those guys that's been putting up points. None of these guys are battling injuries, guys. You
right.
understand?
Well, you already know Luca. Luca
Booker's
can go off. So
100% right now, and he's lights out. This dude is 100%. He ain't battling that shoulder or hip problem anymore. He's good. So 235 is high, and I know that's a scary one, but I like it. I like it. Dallas has been jacking up points, and Phoenix has been out of control. I agree with Gunrise though. You get up there in those 8 or 9 points, especially with two teams that are good. That is scary. But I just feel comfortable on it because Seth and Kristaps probably down.
Right,
That's why
right, right.
I'm
So there
comfortable.
y'all go, man. I guess the over in that game, and definitely put the money line on there. Don't even hesitate about that one.
Yeah,
But
yeah, for sure. For
if you
sure.
got a gun to your head, then I mean, like D said, it's some key players that's out on Dallas. So go with the spread too if you want. But like I said, I like the money line for sure in that game.
All right. So you guys have it. All right. Let's move on to our next. It's another 4 o'clock game, which is Milwaukee Bucks, Memphis Grizzlies. Now we're back to the Memphis Grizzlies, and this is the Jaren Jackson. And of course, he's out, guys. But let's look at the first. I'll tell you guys Milwaukee opens up at -3, right? Got another crazy one, guys. Just like that Wizards game where the Boston Celtics opened up. Well, Milwaukee opened up at -3. And then it was a shift in the line to the Memphis side to -2.5, which is extremely nuts to
What
me.
the
Like,
fuck?
right, right. That's what I said when I seen it. All right.
What the
But
fuck?
let's go ahead
They
and
got
check
the
this
Bucks
out.
underdog versus the Grizzlies.
All right,
Nigga,
let's
something is going on.
yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what we got popping. Tyus Jones, of course, Jared Jackson, Tyus Jones, and Justin Winslow is gonna be out. He'll miss the season, so no need to talk about Winslow. But Tyus Jones could have played today. I think they're just gonna not play him for just save him for next season. He has one of those injuries that if you keep playing on him, it could extend the injury and make it worse. Right? That's what Tyus Jones has. And at this point, they're out of the playoffs. There's no need to play him. Tyus Jones is a great young player, a future young player for them. Awesome backup for Ja Morant there. So they're going to keep Tyus Jones healthy. Jared Jackson's out for the season. Justin Winslow's out for the season. And that's the only movement that we even have to consider for Memphis Grizzlies. Nothing else. Milwaukee Bucks. Here's the question. And I do not get this point shift. Okay, Chris Middleton out. So the fuck what? Wesley Matthews has not been playing because of his hip. We already know that. Now here's Ilyasova, which he's a solid player offensively, defensively, he's solid for them. He's questionable, right? But this is what's funny to me, guys. Why are we getting this shift? And I've checked 2 or 3 places to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Giannis Antetokounmpo is playing. He's playing tonight. I don't understand this shift because
Yep. Go ahead
with
and take the Bucks.
definitely take the Bucks. Like, how the fuck? I don't get this unless there's some. Let me refresh this screen, guys, because I don't want to miss anything here. I'm gonna refresh this again real quick just to make sure that there's been no changes. Because I don't understand this one. Chris Middleton has a problem when Giannis is not playing. It's not the other way around. Giannis don't have the problem when Chris Middleton's not playing. It's Chris Middleton that has the problem when Giannis is not playing. Giannis is playing. So why would they? How
They
does
probably
this
trying
thing?
to that's probably one of them sight games because remember last game, remember the other game where Giannis wasn't playing, they people probably still got that mindset in their head because I don't see why the fuck would that be right there. But like I said, regardless of the fact, I take them extra points plus the Bucks, bro, because you getting points when the game start. So you already up what 3.5? You said it 3 or 2.5. What you said the line was?
2.5 for Memphis. This is ridiculous. Like 2.5, bro, for
Yeah,
Memphis.
minus right.
Yeah, minus two and a
Yeah,
half.
yeah. So you start the game off with the Bucks already got 2.5 on the board. I would take that. Go ahead and take that right there. And it's a dog. So take the money line or take the points. So you can take the dog or you can roll with the point spread. But you already know you just take the dog money line. You get way more money back from that. So Yeah, I like the Bucks, bro. Regardless of the situation, I like the Bucks in that game.
Now check this out. I just said that I was going to refresh, right? Just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, right, guys? So I refreshed. When I refreshed, it got even worse. They took Middleton off as being out. Now, they're not even saying that he's out. They're just only talking about Wesley Matthews and Ilyasova. So it appears that Middleton's going to be in, which is even worse. If Middleton's in, man, y'all, somebody, go right, put us in one now. Like, utilize this game. Put something in now, bro, before they switch again, because that's crazy. That's
I will.
crazy.
I can't be on. I got to
All
get
right,
off the
all
live
right.
in
Well,
order
after
to.
this live, like, just drop us one
I
immediately,
got
dog.
you.
This
Got
is
you.
crazy. I don't understand. And I looked in just two spots, guys. I don't see Middleton out on either side. I don't see Middleton out on either side. Milwaukee Bucks. Eric Bledsoe. Let me see. Bledsoe is not on the injury report Thursday regular. See, Bledsoe's not on the injury report. Giannis Antetokounmpo. It says specifically here, the oral surgery, which we knew about it, but it says specifically Antetokounmpo will play Tuesday against Washington.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and take the Bucks on that one. Don't even hesitate on that. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's so smooth right there. What you telling me that shit? That's the pick right there. The money line or the points. Shit, we can go on to the next game. That's so easy right there.
yeah, that's easy. 226. Y'all just stay away from that 226. That's too tricky. That's too
Yeah,
tricky.
we already giving y'all a dog, so it ain't no need to even fuck with them points. You feel me?
Yeah.
We already giving y'all a dog or the point spread. So that's
And
two
y'all
bets
just
on
don't
that one
want
game right
y'all,
there.
however y'all gonna do it. We'll give y'all a tip at the end of the show, but I would suggest for all of you guys laying bets to go jump on that now because I think that's gonna move here soon. That one's gonna probably see a move. All right, let's jump to the next game, guys. Where were we at the 4 o'clock game? We did both 4 o'clock games, didn't we? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did 3 games so far, so we on the fourth one. If it's 5 games, we on the fourth one.
Oh, so we only did 3 games. All right. So the next game is we didn't do. No, we did 4. We
We
did
did
3. 6.
4.
Yeah. You missed the first one because we
Oh
did.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We did Wizards, Boston, Lakers, Kings, Orlando, um, Magic, and the Pelicans. No, we didn't do that one yet.
Magic
Then
and the
we
Pelicans.
yeah, no,
Oh,
that's the one.
that's a pretty good game right there, bro. It's a
That's a
pretty
nasty
equal.
game, but I want to go Orlando with this one. That's where we are, Orlando and the Pelicans. But that's the no. Let's save that. That's the last game of the night, so we'll get to that later. Let's go to this 6:30 game, uh, which is San Antonio and Utah. San Antonio Spurs opens up 7.5. The current is 8. 231. 231. What the fuck? 231 on the totals. That's nasty. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, go under that.
Who's the favorite? Who's the favorite in that game?
San Antonio opened up at 7.5, minus 7.5, minus 8 on the current. So they're favored, but
Oh, anybody injured?
231. I don't know. Let's go to it. Let's check it out right quick, guys. Let's go to San Antonio first, see what they looking like. And yeah, both of these teams do have injuries. DeMarcus Aldridge, of course, we know he's gone, and Derek White for the San Antonio Spurs. Which those are two that we already knew, so they're pretty much where they were. Let me check this other side. All
Yeah, I
right,
was about to say it's your boy out on the other
yeah,
side.
a little more information here. Um, Patty Mills will not play in Tuesday game. Okay, so Patty Mills is out. LaMarcus Aldridge is out. We knew that. Trey Lyles is out. We knew that. Brian Forbes was out. We knew that. Tyler Zeller. Okay, Zeller will not play Saturday against the Pelicans. Okay. Well, that's actually two. Zella's just to pick up center. So, but with Aldridge being down, that's kind of significant. But Patty Mills is probably your most significant piece there for the Spurs. And they said he won't play. So that's something to consider, that Patty Mills won't play. Zella, it's no big deal. Utah, let's check out Utah, guys. Let's see what they're saying about Utah. Jazz injuries. Okay, Boban, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert. Gobert has been ruled out, so Gobert will not play. This is just one site, guys. Mike Conley has been ruled out for Utah, so this site says that he won't play. And Big Bohan, will undergo surgery, wrist surgery, will not return the rest of the season. Oh, fuck. Oh, wow. Let me go to all this. That would be huge, man. Big Boban. That's not good for the he's out, bro. Wow, that's not good for them for the playoffs either, if he's gonna have to have a surgery. But it says Mike Conley will not play and Rudy Gobert. Yeah, both sides said the same thing. So Conley and Gobert is out. Boban is hell no. Nah. Yeah, Spurs win this. Spurs win this. I don't like the 231. I say stay under the 231. Stay the hell away from those points, man. 8 -8. No way, no
Yeah,
day.
that's what I was about to say. I was about to ask you, like them points. I think I like them points.
Yeah,
like as far as taking the underdog on the points. If you're gonna take the points, take Jazz in the points, but take Spurs money line.
Yeah, I would
it's a
agree
half
with
a point too.
It's 8 even. Current is 8 even, -8.
Okay.
It opened up at a half a point, 7.5, but it just went and took it to 8. Which means 9, guys. See, like at 7.5, they only had to get 8, but at 8, they got to get 9. Which definitely that gives you an extra point, a whole extra point. And Donovan Mitchell's back, right? So
now, if Mitchell is playing, I say take them 9 points. You feel me? I mean, take them 8 points. If Mitchell is playing, I say take them 8 points and the Jazz. But if you gonna go with what our first mindset was, which D said is that the Spurs is gonna win it. So they just might win money line, but stay the fuck away from them points. If you gonna still bet the Spurs, just stay away from them points. You feel me?
And if you want to bet the totals, go under 231. I don't think this game is going over 231. I wouldn't bet that.
Yeah, it's too many key significant injuries up in this game right here.
So that's then let me make sure, because 231 is offense and defense. You know what, guys? They actually could. I see Vegas is slick, man. Boy, I'm learning a lot about this. They are slick. I see now why they jacked it up to 231. Think about this, gun rights. Now it makes perfect sense why they jacked it up to 231. Boban, big Boban, right? Rudy Gobert, Boban, and Mike Conley's out. Massive defense. That's why they jacked it up. So I guess they have the idea that the Spurs are going to toss up a lot of points, especially down in that paint, because Rudy Gobert's out. He controls that paint. You're not just coming down in that paint with Rudy Gobert in the game. Nobody. Now he's out. Mike Conley is extreme defense, perimeter, mid-range, great defender. He's out. Down in the paint again. When Rudy Gobert has to rest, big Boban out, right? That's why they got all those points up.
Well, you already know the play. The play up in here is the play up in here is the Spurs money line. I don't know about them point spreads. You probably got a better idea, but stay under. If you're gonna have to bet, stay under.
Right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take gun rights. Leave it alone, bro. Leave that 231 alone. Too much defense gone for Utah Jazz, so that shit could skyrocket or not Too volatile there. Let's just stick with gun rights bet on this one. Nothing else. I wouldn't take any other plays on that. That's just my advice. Yeah. Safe route, guys. Remember, this is basic predictions and odds. We got to play the safe route because we don't want nobody losing a fortune. Nobody's deeds on the line. Titles, card titles. All right, guys.
And we trying to save y'all money for the playoffs, so we ain't gonna push it too hard.
All right, yeah, no doubt. Yeah. All right, so now we can move to that 9:05 game, and these are the last two games, all 9 o'clock games. So the Orlando Magic, that's the one I was just getting ready to do. We're gonna slide back to that 9:05 Eastern time, guys. Open up at minus 3.5. Current is -4, so solid -4, and 226.5 are the totals. So let's check and see what they got going on for these teams, Orlando and New Orleans Pelicans. As far as injuries and everything, guys, I already know that for Aaron Gordon, we know that Aaron Gordon had that knee issue. I mean, that hamstring issue. Gordon will miss the 4th straight game, so he won't play. Gordon's out. This is the first site, guys. Fournier is out. And yeah, Jonathan Isaac had that torn ACL, so we know he's not going to play. Let me check the other site about the Orlando Magic. So this one is more detailed. So yeah, Fournier's out for sure. Same. Gordon's out. Isaac's out. Oh, Al-Farouq Amino is out. Knee is not expected to play. Oh man, he's out for a minute. I didn't even know that. Terrence Ross. So he's not injured, but he has personal related, so he's not going to play. Evan Fournier gone. Terrence Ross gone. Looking pretty bleak for Orlando, but not really because Zion, we know, is not going to play. They're not going to bother playing Zion. Yep, that's what it says here. Zion's out. Ingram is out. Oh, hell no. Hell no. This is Orlando all day, guys. Check this out. Drew Holiday out. Brandon Ingram out. Zion Williamson out. That's enough for me right there. Ain't even no need to read the rest. And Josh Hart's questionable? Please. Pelicans get smashed in this one. I won, 4 points. Shoot. I think Orlando beat them by more than 4. I would leave the totals alone at 226. I would leave that alone, but definitely I got Orlando definitely winning this, and I think y'all good on the 4 points. It's 2 points at the half. Y'all good on that too. That's another bet. Take the 2 points at the half and the 4. That's my advice. But gun rights, you give the betting advice. That's how I see the game. You give them the betting advice.
Take Orlando money line order points. Take Orlando money line order points because Brandon Ingram and Zion is the key.
Andrew, all 3 of them out, bro. All 3 of them out. So yeah, this is a no-brainer to me. You can get all of that crazy shit to happen. Things like with the Rockets yesterday. James Harden goes off. The rest of the team falls asleep. PJ Tucker and freaking Austin Rivers combined for 6 points. Guys, come on. Yeah, I missed. I don't have a problem saying I missed on that, but could you imagine that happening? James Harden go for 45 points, and then PJ Tucker and Austin Rivers go for 6? Like, dude, we're not even imagining. That's the Rockets blew it. So if we get one of those quirky games like that, okay, New Orleans wins. But outside of that, guys, this one's easy. Orlando, they good for, this one's easy to me. It's too much firepower out. Lonzo Ball is great, but he ain't that great. He need his boys with him. So, okay, guys, last game on the list. Portland Trailblazers, Brooklyn Nets. Portland, good God. Portland opened up at 9, current stretch at 10. So they're currently at -10. They open up at -9. We know Brooklyn Nets are all banged up. Probably one of the most beat up teams in the league. And two superstars are definitely not going to be playing, which is Kevin Durant, who hasn't played all season. Kyrie Irving is going to be down. DeAndre Jordan tested positive for corona. And so did Spencer Dinwiddie. So those guys are not going to be in. And Wilson Chandler opted out. So Brooklyn is all they're in all kind of disarray right now. Let me see. I don't think it's any different news on either side about Brooklyn. Holy hell. Jamal Crawford out. Dante Hall, Chioza. And Brooklyn's got way too many people down, bro. They have absolutely nothing going for this game. Hell, Karis LeVert, is he playing? LeVert's playing. Brooklyn, I see nothing interesting here. Portland has let us down too many times on the point spread, so definitely to hell with that 10 points, bro. I definitely say that. Go under the 236. Take Portland to win under the 236. Stay away from that point spread. Is how I see this game. Let's check Portland and who they have playing. I don't really, because this matters, because Brooklyn, even with all of those guys out, they've been scrapping and been putting up a fight with all of these injuries. So it's going to be more important to see who Portland has playing, which I think Portland is calling all cards, guys, because they have to play who they have to play, and they have to fucking win. And they can't lose right now. They're fighting for their playoff berth. They just took the 8th seed away from Memphis. I want you guys to know that too. Memphis lost, and I said this on a couple about 3 games back. Actually, I said this with my partner, Basketball Live, Lewis and D, that this was going to happen. That we would probably not, when Jaren Jackson went down, I said that this was going to happen. We would probably not see Memphis in the playoffs, right? Because everybody, when this whole bubble started, Memphis was pretty solid, and it was the team that was going to be playing them for the play-in tournament. But things shifted now. And when Jaren Jackson went down, and those games were so close, 1 and 2 games behind, I called this, bro. I said that Portland was going to knock Memphis down, and Memphis would drop under the Suns, and we would see the Suns and Portland in this play-in tournament. And that's exactly how it's going to end up. Just last night, Portland Trailblazers passed they passed them. Now they're sitting in that AC, and they're tied with the Suns for that final night spot. Here's the problem with that. They have to play the Bucks. So the Bucks are going to pretty much give them their second loss. And the Suns are golden. Hell, they've been beating the shit out of everybody anyway. You know what I mean? So I think that Memphis is out, and it's going to be a play-in tournament with, the Suns. They probably will want to clean this game up here tonight, but this is their last game. And after we just figured out that Porzingis is not playing, I think the Suns are pretty safe, right? But with all of that being said, guys, the only reason I just laid all of that on the line is because this game is that important to the Trailblazers. Here's the significance, and this is why I think this is a hands down, no question win for the Portland Trailblazers tonight, guys. If you are in that 8th seed, this is how the play-in tournament works for the people that don't know. If you're sitting in that, oh, my bad, Gun Rights, I didn't even know you fell off. If you're sitting in that 8th seed, okay, you only have to win one of those 2 games in this play-in tournament. You win one game, you're in the playoffs. The person in that 9th seed has to beat you back to back. It is really hard to see Phoenix beating Portland back-to-back or vice versa. So they're fighting for that A spot because they know that Phoenix is going to have to beat us twice back-to-back, and we're not going to allow that to happen. And Phoenix, the same thing. They want Portland to lose so that they can take that A spot, and it's Portland sitting in the 9th spot. Then that means Portland will have to beat Phoenix 2 games back-to-back. That's a tall order to fill for either team. So that 8th spot is extremely important. If any team, any 2 teams in this game, these games today are playing with everything they have, it's Portland and Phoenix. So I just see Portland definitely taking this game against Brooklyn. Brooklyn's undermanned. A lot of guys are sitting out. I don't like the 10 points, the -10. I don't like that, but I do pick Portland to win. And I would say stay under the 236. But with that, Gun Rights, what do you say? What do you say to the people how to bet this?
Money line in the under. I would say on this game right here. Money line in the under, because like you said, Brooklyn they was already missing, they 2 key players, which is Durant's out and Kyrie is out, so they got DeAndre Jordan's got this. He got the virus, so I mean, shit, that should tell you all right that you need to know for this game. And Portland is pretty much gonna play everybody. So Dame Leonard last night, he was already talking on the interview like he coming out blazing. You feel what I'm saying? So he on the hot streak right now. So I don't like them 10 points though. I don't like them 10. You already know I don't like them 10 points. I don't like shit that's linger into that 8 or 9 range anyway, just because we haven't been doing that good on them points when they highlight that. Other than like you said, other than the Wizards, but yeah, I like the Blazers in this game right here. I like the Blazers. If you are gonna take some points, I would say take the first half points. If you can find a bet wherever you at, take the first half points because it's probably gonna be like 4, 5.5 or 4.5. So
it's 6 actually. I would take Brooklyn in the first half.
You said Brooklyn?
I would. For the first half, they got 6 points, fam. For the first half. Portland at -6 for the first half.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Like I said, I just like Dame Leonard's energy right now, man. He playing lights out. I mean, over the last 2 games, I think I seen last night, the motherfucker scored like like 60 or something, or 60 or 70 over the last 2 games.
61-point game. Yeah, the 61-point game. But they won by 3 points. But they won by 3 points.
3 points, yeah. So it just depends on the other players, but I definitely like a money line, man, for the whole game. I mean, that's the safe bet on here. So
yeah, for sure. I was just saying, look, think about it. Dame Lillard scored 61 points, and they only won by 3 points. So 6 points at the half, I think that's good. Like for Brooklyn, I mean, I would take Brooklyn at the half. Portland will have to be up 7 points, no? Isn't that what that means?
Yeah, they will have to beat them by 7. They will have to Portland will have to win by 7 points by the half. If it's at 6, you got to win by more than 6. Because if you win by 6 exactly, then that's called a push. So
So Lillard took off for 61 points, and they only won that game by 3. With him taking off for 61 points, I think 7 points. I don't know. Well, that's a decent bet, but guys, the safe bet. Remember, the safe bet. Don't listen to D. Jefferson when it comes to the bets. I stopped gambling a while ago for a reason, because I take the gamble, not the safe bet.
I feel you. That's why I said I'm always give them the safe route, just so you can you can come away with some type of money as opposed to taking a bigger gamble. But yeah, the money line on this game is for sure. Blazers should blaze them, for the whole game. They should blaze them. I don't know about that damn 10 points though. That shit is high as hell.
Yeah. You know what's fortunate for Portland in this situation? And Jay was alluding. I was just reading your comment, Jay, where he said Blazers need two of Grizzlies, Suns, Spurs to lose. If so, Blazers can sit players. And that's an interesting comment, Jay. And guys, we need to pay attention to this too, because Jay makes an interesting point. And y'all know that we have these fucking game time decisions, which killed us a couple of days ago. But why this makes an important point is because that was what I was saying. The Blazers need this game, but they get to play last. So these teams, they get to watch these teams. They get to watch the outcome of these games, right? They get to sit back and watch the outcome of these games. And they play last. They play tonight at 9 o'clock. The other 9 o'clock game is New Orleans and Orlando, and that doesn't have anything to do with the Pacers situation. So that's a good point, Jay. We may see them make different game time decisions. But, Jay, I will tell you this. They're going to be playing because the Suns ain't losing, fam. As soon as they see the Suns win, Jay, that means it's game on. You got to realize that. That's really that's really the game that they will be watching the hardest, is to see if the Suns lose, because that play-in tournament battle is there between the Suns and the Spurs. I'm pretty much sure that Ja and those guys are going to be out, right? That's the game that they're watching, is that play-in tournament. And it really doesn't matter to Portland either way. They need to win this game. Because, okay, let's say the Suns drop, the Grizzlies win, so the Suns blow their chances. Why have to play the Grizzlies twice? Even though I'm pretty sure that Portland, I think that they would beat the Grizzlies twice, but you're going into the playoffs. So why put yourself in a position where you have to play this team twice, risk injuries, expel all that energy, instead of just sit in the 8th spot? And if the Grizzlies do make it, the Suns lose, that's a bonus for Portland, because it's going to be a harder matchup with the Suns. So if the Grizzlies do make it, then you just have to beat this team one time and go about your business. You see what I mean? You don't want the Grizzlies to be sitting there, then you have to play them twice. So either way you look at it, I just see the Portland Trailblazers coming out balling all out of control. Johnny Bum, what's good with you? Edwin 0011, what's good with you? So that's how I see that game, guys. Gun rights. Let's check the injuries right quick too, before we or the reports about who's going to be in or out real quick before we determine this. Portland, Brooklyn. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Portland's golden. Everybody's playing. Nobody's out besides the people. Rodney Hood, Trevor Ariza, we knew they was out. And Swanigan, he been out. So, like, nothing new. Nothing new. Nasir Little is not going to play for Portland, but that's not going to matter. Yeah, Portland's going to smash them up, man. That's how I see it. I would stay away from that 10 points. That's the only thing I say. Under 236, Portland wins. Lead at 10 points alone. If you want to do a little gambling, take Brooklyn at the half. That's an underdog bet, because they have Portland -6 at the half. So you can get a little underdog money maybe. That's a gamble though, guys. Gun Rights says leave it alone. I'm saying gamble. So if you want to take the safe bet, the smart bet, take the Gun Rights bet. If you want to take the risky bet that might get your ass in trouble bet, take the D Jefferson bet. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how we see these games. Now, Gun Rights, you know what time it is, bro. We got a good card today. 7 games. Let me see. I would say give these guys a good 3 and a 4 bagger. Let's keep it safe, guys. We're gonna give you a 3 and a 4 bagger parlay. What we got for them, Gun Rights? What we got?
Lakers money line. Blazers, of course. The Suns. And man, what was the first one that I missed? What was the first one that I missed?
Yeah, definitely throw that one in there, guys. Shit, I just closed it. Hold on, right quick. All right, it was the Wizards Boston.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait,
Damn. What's the points?
no. I can't say that one was actually too safe
No.
because
What was the
remember
one after? What was the one after that one? It was the one after that one where I came
that
in. What
was
was
the
the one?
135 game. That was Sacramento and the Lakers. Oh yeah, Lakers was they're gonna win that. Yeah, they're gonna win that. I think
Okay,
that's the
so we
one.
got the Lakers, the Suns, and the Blazers, and what was the other team? What was the one with Zion out? Who they
That's
playing?
the
Who the
Pelicans.
Pelicans
That
playing?
was the Pelicans, and I think that was pretty much we looked at that as a surefire for Orlando
Yeah,
because
Orlando. There you go. That's your four banger right there. And if you wanna I would say take the out of them four, if you want me to give you a three, just take one of those off. But that's the four banger. Just take one of them off if you just want to put it in a three teamer. But them is four for sure bangers that I like right there. So if you want to go a three teamer, just take one of those games off. It don't matter which one because they
so
all pretty much
which one was that you gave them? You gave them Orlando. Okay, guys, here we go. Orlando versus New
Lakers.
Orleans.
Yeah,
Take that Orlando. Take the Lakers versus Sacramento. What was the next one?
Suns money line
Right.
and
Take the
Portland money line.
and then Portland was the last guy. Okay, got you. Okay, guys. So
No. Oh, hold on. I forgot. We got a five banger. So that's your four banger. And I'm gonna give you a five banger. Take the motherfucking Bucks. Take them to win money line. Cause that might be our underdog
right.
for the day of D saying that the point shifted to the other side. So that's our
And
underdog for the day.
oh my
Is the
God,
Bucks.
you're not gonna believe this. I just refreshed and they put it up. Now it's -3. Y'all gotta take that game.
Yeah,
Now
yeah, that's your underdog right there. So the Bucks is your underdog. So you got the Bucks, the Lakers, the Suns, the Orlando, and Portland. That's your five banger. And if you want your four banger, just take one of those off. Make sure you fuck with them Bucks, bro. If they
I,
giving them points, yeah,
I
that's
will
our
tell you
underdog
what
for
I'm trying
today.
to do this right now. On the 5, when you go from 5 to 4, take the Lakers off.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Take the Lakers off. Take the Lakers.
That would be the first game that you take off. When you go from 5, your 5, if you put the 5 in, your 5 game parlay, take the Lakers off for the 4. Keep all the same picks, just take the Lakers off, put that one in for your 4. Okay. And then when you go from 4 to 3, when you go from 4 to 3, I would take Dallas and Phoenix off. Didn't we put them on? Did we put them on gun rights?
Yeah, we put them on. The Suns, we
No, we keep on. We keep the Suns on. Gun rights not outside. That's he'll be back. So, yeah, that's how y'all do it. Take the Lakers off to go from 5 to 4. That's what I suggest. And then after that 4 game, when y'all take the Lakers off, y'all put in that 5 parlay, 5 parlay to get it done right. After you take the Lakers off of that 5 and move to the 4, it doesn't even matter which one of
Yeah,
those.
my bad. I dropped off. But yeah, the Suns is they golden. They ain't got no. I ain't got no issues with the Suns. They looking like Drew Brees in the dome right now. What they say, don't not bet against Drew Brees. So the Suns is looking like Brees right now. So I definitely gotta have the Suns up there for my number one or two game right there. The Suns is definitely balling.
Right. And who is that? What's up, Uncle Burn apostrophe in the building? And Edwin said, "Is CJ playing?" Let me check for you right quick, Edwin. I didn't see anything about CJ being out, but I'll check for you again right quick, just to make sure, fam. But Portland, I would imagine that he is, Edwin, because again, Portland needs this game. Like this is a game. Yeah, CJ's in, bro. The only person that was out that we didn't know about Irwin is Nasir Little, which Little's not going to levy anything for Portland, Edwin. But CJ's in. CJ's playing. So yeah. So all right, guys, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Good luck. Let's get some money. We had a crazy day yesterday, man. But again, guys, look.
Let me tell them this. We would have hit that Rockets game if I would have knew that Westbrook was going to be sitting. But since he played the last game and Harden didn't, and they said Harden was going to play yesterday, I was assuming that Westbrook was going to play too. And if you look at the points, they only lost by like 3 or maybe 4, maybe 5 at the most. So if Westbrook was playing that game, we would have covered. We would have won yesterday with the
Right.
Rockets. But Westbrook was out, and already know he's the key. He's another key entity in that game right there. So I didn't know that, y'all. So my bad if y'all lost bread on that, because I did not know Westbrook was going to be sitting yesterday.
Now, here's something you guys might want to think about doing too. Because we know that these game time decisions, because that was another game time decision. Remember, the 2 game time decisions killed us before with the Giannis and the oral surgery and this crap, right? And then the Donovan Mitchell not playing for Utah, which was game time decisions. We wouldn't have picked those games if we knew those 2 guys. Mitchell's the best player on Utah, so we wouldn't have picked the game if we knew he wasn't going to play. Giannis is the best player on Milwaukee, so Gunrice and I are not going to pick those games if we know that they're not going to play, but those were game time decisions. So since we know that it's this volatile, the only thing that I could tell you guys is wait to the last minute. Wait till the last minute, sit there
Yeah,
and watch.
wait to the last minute, or get you
Right,
about a good hefty 5 sites that got injury reports,
right,
and look at them from the night before we go live and to the time that we get off the live. Just keep
right.
checking those.
And then right before that game starts, if y'all don't get any information different from this show, lay the bet. That way you'll be safe, because I'm pretty sure you guys got enough sense to know, okay, D and Gunrice picked uh the Milwaukee Bucks and the Utah Jazz to win. But when we talked about it on the show, Donovan Mitchell and Giannis was playing. Well, no, I'm not going to take that bet, because I don't think those guys. And fuck, no way. We all know basketball. There ain't no way if the best player is not on the team, you're going to pick them. So then y'all could have known not to put those tickets in, right? It's just sometimes it gets tricky, because when they open up with these crazy numbers, you want to jump on it, right? You don't want to wait till the last minute. And then they open up with these crazy numbers, and then it's a last minute decision to take those players out. So it makes those numbers not look so crazy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why.
Right.
Right,
That and the fact of we you got to remember, man, we very close to the playoffs. So teams could be sitting their players, teams could be not playing their players as much as that they usually would. So just understand that these last couple of days before this playoff start, it's gonna be a bigger gamble than it was of us giving you some bets a couple of days ago or last week. So just
right.
remember, these next couple of days is gonna be kind of shaky, because we don't know how much they're gonna play these top players that they're gonna need in the playoffs, and we don't know if they're gonna be questionable. So just keep that in mind when you betting. Like, this is not like if this was the regular season and we still had like a month left before we get to the playoffs, or 2 month left, 2 months left, then we would have a better idea of giving y'all some way more confident bets. But based off of the fact that the playoffs is around the corner, these next couple of days is going to be very shaky. So just remember that. So don't bet too big. I'm going to tell you not to bet too big anyway, because we're trying to save y'all money for these playoffs, because that's where it's really going to count at. You feel me?
And we're going to get paid, guys. Let me tell y'all something. Stick around. We're going to get paid for these playoffs. Gunrice and I got the strategies for you. And then there's a lot less vulnerability when we go to the playoffs, guys. The reason I tell you this is because if you can't walk, then you don't play. That is the playoff atmosphere with these teams. Okay. If you can't walk, then you don't play. But all of these guys sitting out with these little nagging injuries, oh, they're going to be on the floor, because now you're playing for everything. That's why they're saving these guys now. So we don't have to worry about these stupid game time decisions. I'm just not playing because I want to go visit my aunt, or personal reasons. Like, we've seen guys in this bubble not play for personal reasons. We're not going to see that in the playoffs. Oh, G, my man G Boogie in the building. Happy birthday to the hardest working man on YouTube land, D, the Godfather Jefferson. Damn right. He said happy belated birthday. I feel you. I appreciate you, G Boogie. No doubt. So yeah, guys, playoffs, we're gonna be good. Just remember, like Gunright says, at the end of these last 2 days, today and tomorrow, never know what you're going to get. But they're giving us a lot of information on teams that are not playing. I mean, players that are not playing. And that's really significant. But only thing you have to do is just look at the situation.
Hey D, what time do that Laker game start?
All right, guys. So anyway, I had a little issue there. But there's gun rights. So guys, pretty much that's it, man. Y'all got y'all picks. Go ahead and make some money. This next game is getting ready
All
to
right, I'm
start.
about to go put in our picks right now, man. I'm about
All
to
right,
before these lines change.
yeah, no doubt. All right, guys, y'all got it. So see you guys tomorrow. We'll see how everything ends up. Y'all go make some money. And y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.